Hey guys, it's Squeaker here, and today I will be starting a new series. I know a lot of YouTubers do it, and I know I'm only 15, so I may not have the best things to say, but I'm doing story time, and I know I'm young, and I probably don't have very many stories to tell, but, things happen every day, and I might as well talk about it. So this is the story of how, when I think it was 6th or 7th grade, it was 7th grade, I was blackmailed out of $40. I ended up leaving the school due to bullying reasons and, yeah, stuff like that. But, yeah, let's get into it. So, one day, I was sitting in math class, and it was about to start. It was like third period or something, so it was like noon, we came right back from lunch, I think, and I was sitting down at my desk, and I was kind of goofing around, and I was just being a dumb kid, and I said dick, and dick is not a bad word. I mean, I swear all the time. I mean, my parents have never had problems with it. Situations I've been in, swearing isn't a big thing where I'm from, I guess, but, I'm kind of shy, depending on situations, and someone in the classroom sitting across from me heard me say dick, and they said, "You're funny, don't say that again, though," and I was like, "Okay, you dick," and I ended up getting them to say, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go tell the teacher." The teacher was like probably my nicest teacher. He was a really, really nice guy. I don't remember his name, actually. Then again, there's so many teachers in middle school and high school. I don't think that really matters. But the girl that threatened to tell the teacher was not very nice. And so after that, she told me that she said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go tell the teacher, but if you do something for me, I won't tell the teacher." And I said, "Okay, well, what do you want me to do?" And she said, "Will you give me like lunch tomorrow or something like that?" I don't know, something stupid. And I was like, "No, I mean, I'm not actually gonna do anything for you." And she said, "Okay, well then I'll go tell the teacher that you said this, that, and the other thing." And I was like, oh no. Because, I was kind of quiet, and I wasn't going to stand there and defend myself in front of the whole classroom. It wasn't my situation. At the time, I didn't really deal with conflict very well. And I said, "Okay, you know what? If you don't tell him, I'll give you $20. And she said, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay." So at this point, I did offer to give her $20 to not tell anyone, but, I was really shy, and I was quiet, and I guess I just did it. So I went home that night, and I actually didn't have the $20 on spot. So she said if I didn't bring it the next day, she would tell him. So the next day I came to school. I told my mom that we were going on a field trip, and I had $20. In my pocket, because my mom gave me money for the field trip, and I was like, "Oh, okay, even though it was, not a field trip, I needed $20 to save myself in what I thought it was going to save me, even though I probably should stand up and let her tell the teacher." But, I was given the $20 from my mom, and I showed up at the same class the next day, and I gave her the $20, and she was like, "Oh, wow, you actually did it, huh?" And so, it was good. I didn't say anything. I kept my mouth shut the whole class. I did the class. I went to lunch. I ate lunch. I stayed the rest of the day. I was nice and happy. The next day, though, I was at lunch, and her friend Joshua, who I've never really liked, came up to me, and he said, "Hey, I'll go up to that teacher and tell him that you said dick." And he said stuff like, I'll tell him that you called me a Nazi, and he was a black kid, and so he told me that he called me a N-word. I could say it, but I don't want to use that on YouTube, I guess. But I mean, I don't, by the way, I don't use that word a lot at all. I do not, that is not part of my vocabulary. I'm just letting you know. It just, yeah, I kind of made it sound like I say it all the time. Anyway, there was a moment where he was like, okay, well, you know what, you gave her 20 bucks, how about you give me 20 bucks, and I'll keep my mouth shut. And at that point, I was kind of freaking out, because I had already lied to my mom, which I don't really do, and I didn't like doing that. So at this point, I'd already lied to my mom. I've already taken $20 from my mom, who really, I don't think, had it at the time. And so, you know, that already hurt to do that. And then I'm being asked for another $20 to save myself from saying dick, where the teacher probably just would have said meh. You know what I mean? But I mean, later in that classroom, I actually said fuck later that year, and the teacher heard it, and he was like, just don't say it again. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, this was a whole ordeal that really didn't need to happen. But the teacher, you know, was a nice guy and all, but I was honestly scared. And so I went home, and I told my mom, hey, Mom, I didn't get that $20 for a field trip. I'm being blackmailed. And she was like, what do you mean? And she said, and I said, well, I said a bad word in class. You know, like I said earlier in the video, my parents don't really care when I say bad things. They'd prefer if I didn't, but they don't mind it. So I told my mom that I was being blackmailed, and she said, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? And I said, well, I have to go see my counselor, I guess, because I had a school counselor that most of the kids saw. And she said, okay, well, you do that. So the next day, I went to a counselor named Miss Jackson, and she talked to me about it. And at first, I don't think she really believed it, but she definitely believed it after, you know, I said a few things. And I sat in there like a little fucking baby, just crying and feeling sorry for myself for saying dick, which I did fess up to, by the way, to her. I was like, yeah, I said a bad word, and I didn't want them to tell anyone. And she was like, okay, well, once again, she was like, just don't say it again. I was like, okay. So she ended up having a conference with those kids' parents. And I do believe that they had a bad record or something like that. I think they got like a suspension or something. I don't exactly know what happened to them, because I do remember like 2 weeks later I said fuck in class, and then I left the school not much longer after that, because before that I actually sort of got stabbed, and so it wasn't the best thing. It was quite bad. And then later after that, after I left the school, I actually had this thing called myocarditis, which caused me to have a heart attack at the age of like 13. So that's bad. So I've had a lot of, you know, health issues and stuff. But, you know, I'm good. I'm healthy now. I exercise a lot. Play lots of video games. Eat what I want to eat. You know, it's nothing that, I mean, obviously it put me in the hospital and made me feel upset and all that bad stuff, but, you know, I'm over that now, and I'm happy, I'm good. I'm obviously here bringing you content on YouTube and playing Titanfall, so obviously I'm in a good place right now. But anyway, those kids ended up getting in trouble, and the counselor, Miss Jackson, ended up getting the money back and paid it back to my mom, which was the right thing to do. And my mom and I sat in there and talked to her for a while about, you know, like why these kids did that and stuff. I guess they were like, I don't know, not as fortunate. I don't know, but I guess they really had a lot of money, and, you know, in my opinion, it's not like, I think she was just kind of trying to cover up for them, because, to be honest, they were assholes. I mean, these kids, you know, this kid Joshua, I had second period with, and he came into class one day and he was just fucking high as shit. And then there's another day where a few times actually where he went out and he actually like beat up kids. You know, I'm kind of lucky I got on the end of the blackmail, and again I got like shanked kind of. So I'll save that for another time. But overall, we got the money back, and these kids like got punished some way. And you know, that's pretty much my story of being blackmailed. It wasn't, you know, the best thing for me. I obviously didn't enjoy it happening. It was kind of traumatic, to be honest. But I left that school, and the school I go to now, I absolutely love it. And I have so many people there that I love, and once again, I'll save that for another time. So if you enjoyed this video, like, favorite, and subscribe, and I will let you guys see the rest of the gameplay without me being annoying. So once again, like, favorite, subscribe, stuff like that. I really want this channel to grow. I'm Squeaker. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/afriendlysqueaker, because I'm a friendly person, but I'm a squeaker. You get it? Anyway, have a good day. Lots of love. See you guys. I'm out. Bye.
Great out there, man. Keep it up, and this battle will be ours before you know it.
Warning, multiple threats attacking. Warning, threat level high. Left down there. You can finish this. All right, we got what we came for. Awesome work, team. Mission accomplished.